What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing round 13, Port Adelaide versus Richmond at the MCG. And you know what? We went down by 12 points. 2 goals in the end after a back and forth contest throughout the night in front of 21,000 people, which is a concern for the AFL apparently on a Thursday night when it was wet and a school night, but I'll get into that a little bit later on. But well done to the travelling Port Adelaide fans that went over. Apparently up to 5k of you went over, so very, very impressive for the support, which was a positive on what was an overall interesting night of football. So let's get straight into it and review round 13. All right, Port fans, first and foremost, I have a very, very big concern, and I'm a little bit worried. Has anyone seen Stephen Motlop? He was on the team sheet. I thought he was meant to play, and I sent in a formal request, a concern to Port Adelaide to ask, did Motlop play last night? Did he travel? Like, I'm not 100% sure if he was there, because I'm a little bit worried because I just did not see him at all, and he was named. So very interesting, but I'm sure that will come out and that'll be followed up in the coming days. It'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. But overall, yeah, another loss, 5-7 going into now what is the back end of the year, and it's very concerning for all at Port Adelaide. I can't say much more than that in terms of, this season's pretty much a fail already, and the comments and the concerns coming out of last night's game is a lot more controversial than I was anticipating. Even starting with the pre-game, Matthew Richardson, our CEO, coming out and basically confirming that Ken Hinkley will be coaching in 2023. Now, that's a lot of a positive language on the coaching position, but that's a big call to make at round 13 before you've even come out and played in a crucial game against Richmond at the G. To go 5-7 now, you're in a position where you play Sydney, Gold Coast, Fremantle and GWS in the next month. In my honest opinion, we're winning 2 out of those 4 games, which, after the next 4 games, you win 2 out of the next 4, and we're going to be 7-9. Do you really want to be in that position and saying that your coach is going to be there at the end of that? Now, you're not going to sack him because he's contracted right away. What will be the case is there'll be a ton of pressure. Now, there is already a ton of pressure with the position we're in, but there will be a ton of pressure from outside, internally. I'm sure definitely people are on the fence at the moment. There's a lot of people that are already jumping over the fence, and that's, us supporters. Basically, I sent out a tweet after the game. Port Adelaide are in a position where we're 5-7, has 2015 written all over it. We're in a position now where we're at a crossroads. We're playing Sydney at home next week, and our position right now suggests we're not going anywhere. We are in such a dire strait at the moment in terms of engagement, of self-awareness, of actually where we stand at the moment, that 5-7 might look pretty good on paper after being 0-5, but that's as a season. We're talking about 10 years as a football club. And we're coming out right now and saying, Ken's going to be coach next year. Yeah, we're going to have a similar list. We're going to have a tilt again. We're borderline in that position. It feels like we're a bit of a Fremantle spec. Where you just consistently finish 10th. You have a couple of good years as a run, and then it falls away. I don't want to be that. I want to be Port Adelaide. I want to be the successful Port Adelaide. We're dying for success. The players on our list deserve success. We're going to lose players. We're going to lose commitment from our players who will believe in Ken. Obviously, they love Ken, but Ken, and I saw a funny tweet describing Ken Hinkley's like the relief teacher that comes in and pushes in the TV and says, "Class, this is what we're watching today." And it's rinse and repeat every single year. Something's got to change. Something has to give. And it has to give now. Port Adelaide have to make the call. Do they want to stay in this position, say, you know what, we're going to throw everything we can at this year, say these things, and then at the end we'll reassess? Or are they actually going to do something and pull the pin? Pull the pin on Ken Hinkley? What I will say is the full belief in the football club at the moment is dying from the fans. The full belief in the football department and what we have as a playing group was a lot. The problems are a lot bigger than just losing to Richmond at the G, because that contest alone, if you isolate the game, we were very good in patches. The consistency of going inside 50, our percentage going inside 50 was like 35% compared to Richmond's, which was, I think it was almost 50% from them. The constant bombing it in long, no hope. I thought the game plan of playing Finlayson as the main ruck, whilst we didn't win the hit-outs as much, he did get some very good taps to advantage, and he was able to manipulate the clearances and actually affect the scoreboard, which was great to see from Jezza. I thought he was very good, playing a very good game, and actually it suited our style, and I think we moved the ball quite well in that aspect. It was just going inside 50, which has been a problem for fucking nearly 10 years. And I'm sorry to swear in a review, but it is frustrating, to sit here and constantly say the same thing over and over. Like, it makes you think you're a little bit psychotic. But overall, you just sit here and you think, 2-goal loss to Richmond at the G. You know what? I'm going to cop it. 2 evenly fair teams. You dive a little bit deeper into it. The umpiring was absolutely deplorable for both sides. I'm not going to say it's the reason we lost, but it is definitely the reason why things were manipulated in a way where it could go the other way, and we weren't set up properly for that. And when Richmond missed their opportunities from those free kicks, we were kicking in and bombing it to a Nankervis, to a Tarrant, to a Grimes, to a Gibkiss, to whoever else is tall in Richmond, and we were. Underneath that was Lockie Jones, a Todd Marshall, a Connor Rosie at some stage. Like, compare the pair, man. It's just not good enough. And we seem to have lost that need to win a game close. We're 1-4 for close games this year, which could be a whole different story for our season if we had won 2 of those. We would be, instead of 5-7, obviously 7-5. And it'd be a different position. We'd be saying, okay, we've recovered. Like the games against Carlton and the games against Adelaide, I think, even though we're down by 50 against Carlton, it's probably a game we should have won. Adelaide, the showdown with Dawson kicking the winner after the siren, again, probably should have won that game with certain chances late. And, you just look at these things. We counteracted with the St Kilda win, but overall, we're just not there. And it's frustrating. And I think, credit to where it's due. Certain players have been unreal. I think Houston, Pepper's efforts, constant efforts to try and win the game and win the ball and constantly attack and be ferocious. He was spent after that fifth effort. Wow, that'll be clipped. That fifth effort after chasing the ball, handballing over the top of the player to chase the ball, then soccer the ball forward, then he's attacking the ball, then he's tackling, and then he just gets pinned for holding the ball because he was first to the ball. Like, give me a break, man. And then you speak about the umpiring decisions, the holding the ball, Travis Boak tackling, I think it was Prestia, should have been given holding the ball, then Houston picks it up and legit just got tackled, tried to get his arm free so he could give a handball, but couldn't, and in the end got pinned on the ball. So it's polar opposite. Then, the decisions with the head clash, questioning the doctors, absolutely disgraceful. But I'm not going to touch on that. That's been touched on enough. To apologise, Port fans, with the barking and the camera dying. So I do apologise about that. But do subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content. Check out the other videos as well that have come out during the week too. And Pairs on a Pod, make sure you hit that up too. We had Nort's on, Daniel Norton, the media manager of Port Adelaide, so check that out as well. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Anthony, and as always, come the pair.